Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Famous ACME Comedy Hollywood. Hollywood Stands Up, Open Mic Live. And now, please welcome our host, Ian Tindell.
Is this not on? Now, okay, it's on. That would have been 3 open mics in a row where this thing wasn't on when I came out. How are you guys doing tonight? Yeah? Welcome to Hollywood Stands Up Open Mic Live. I'm your host, Ian Tindell. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. If you haven't been here before, I'll run down this a little bit. We go in the order that you signed up. You'll be given 4 minutes, so I'll be lighting you at 3. That lamp that's on right now, that will be going on at 3 minutes, so pay attention to that. We have a lot of comics going up tonight, so please don't go 8 or 9 minutes. It's happened before. It gets really weird in here, and I don't like having to do that. Let's see. This show is also broadcast live, so there are millions of people on the web not watching you, so don't worry about that. But it is archived on YouTube. If you do want to just check out and just see how you're doing, your name is not tagged with it, but you'll find it on the Hollywood Stands Up Open Mic Live YouTube channel, and it will be listed by the date. All right, so I'm obviously boring you guys so far. Give me a little bit more time to bore you some more. Let's see. Our next open mic will not be this Friday, and it will not be next Wednesday. Our next open mic is on the 16th. I know. Fuck us. Why are we doing that? I don't know. So the next open mic is on the 16th, so make a note of that. If you need to remind yourselves, acmecomedy.com. We also have the calendar up for that. Next Saturday, not this Saturday, we'll be having the open mic will be a lead-in for the stand-up for the night, and if you're on our list, you get in for free. We'll be having 2 shows starting at 8. That will be an evening with Michelle Balloon, featuring Jim Hamilton and April Richardson, who's a writer for Chelsea Lately. And then the comedy nightcap will be featuring Rebecca Corey, Tom Clark, who have both done Comedy Central specials, and Lisa Alvarado, Mike Muldoon, Chris Gorbos, Mike Caraba, Carrie Laughlin, and myself. One of those names does not belong. Try to figure it out. And, yeah, so that will be awesome. How do you get involved with ACME? Well, we have classes in stand-up. We have classes in sketch and improv. And then we also have a stand-up special that Jody, in intensive, a one-day thing that Jody Miller does. I don't know if you guys know Jody Miller. She runs a show over at the Comedy Store, but it's a one-day thing, and it's about the business side of stand-up, so getting out of the bringer circuit and all that stuff. All right, have I lost you yet? No? Yes? You didn't applaud, so yes. All right, get back into it a little bit. Are you guys ready to actually start? Let's start. How about that? I'll quit talking. Yeah, okay. Keep applauding. Yeah, all right, there we go. I'm just doing that for my own sake. All right, guys, we are going to start this thing off with Chase, followed by Finn, and then Nick, so give it up for Chase. Woo! Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Hello. How are you guys doing? I just heard someone sigh really loudly, so I thought I would ask. That's good, though. When I was in middle school, my friends and I, for a talent show, we did a dance to a Spice Girls song. And you two, yeah, relatable. And I was Scary Spice. I was gonna be. And everyone was like, in the black one. And everyone's like, Chase, you can't be Scary Spice. I was like, okay, that is ignorant, you know? Like, Allie's being Sporty Spice, and she's not a lesbian. You know? Like, Blair's being Baby Spice. She's had, like, 3 abortions at this point. So I can be a black woman. Gotta figure out an ending to that. That's not abortions. I was at a restaurant the other night, and I ordered a Coke, and the waiter was like, we don't have Coke. Would you be okay with an RC Cola? I was like, would you be okay with not getting a tip? Like, that is not acceptable. It wasn't even like, would you be okay with Pepsi? Like, straight to RC Cola. I was like, all right, what about Diet Coke? He was like, I mean, Diet RC Cola. And I was like, all right, I'll just have a Mr. Pibb. He was like, what the fuck do you think this is? This is a well-respected establishment. You will have RC Cola or nothing. And it was at that moment, guys, I realized I was having a stroke. It was good ending. Abortion, stroke, okay. The Blockbuster by my house is like, there's a sign that's like, everything must go. We're moving to another location. Like, they're like, guys, everything's fine. Our business is fine. We're just relocating. No one panic. It's like, Blockbuster, everyone knows. Like, everyone knows except you. Like, you're in denial. It reminded me of, like, in college, my gay friend, well, like, he wasn't gay, but, like, the final straw was he went to a Celine Dion concert solo. And he was like, what? She's really hot. And I was like, okay. And I reminded me of that. And I went into the Blockbuster because I had some time to kill. And the only videos they had were just Celine Dion in concert on the, on all the shelves. And I was like, oh, that's what they're hiding. Blockbuster is gay, you guys. They're attracted to... Okay, let's see. We did abortion, stroke, Blockbuster's gay. These are the endings to all my jokes. This set. Let's cap it off with a doozy. Went fishing this past weekend, and I actually caught something, guys. I caught a 150-pound marlin weigh-ins. He was jerking off on a catfish. I saw that and I was like, Damon Wayans was also there. Jerking off. Jerking off, guys. All right, thanks. Have a good night.
All right, one other quick thing I forgot to announce at the top here. Starting later this month, if you guys have a sketch or improv group and you want stage time here at Acme, come talk to me. We'll have some opportunities for you there. Also, points to anyone else who references both RC Cola and abortion in the same set. Chase, you get 5 points for being the first. Yeah, 5 points. They mean nothing, absolutely nothing. All right, next up is going to be Finn, followed by Nick, and then Matt. So give it up for Finn, everyone.
If I was a real pro, I would totally improvise like a sick RC Cola abortion joke right now, but I'm not. So that's all you guys get, is me just theorizing about it. It's been a good week. I quit smoking, you guys, which feels great. Thank you. And I quit drinking about 12 hours ago. And I still do heroin, though, just because you got to keep one, I feel like. You got to keep one thing in your life. You can't get rid of everything at once. That's a joke. You look at this body. I'm too doughy for heroin. No heroin addict is this doughy. But I did quit drinking 12 hours ago. That's a real part of that joke. And I realized I needed to quit drinking because I'm at the point where my drinking is like no longer adorable. Like, it's not cute anymore. It's no longer like, oh, Finn got so drunk on Saturday and he tried to steal all the golf balls off the driving range. Like, now it's more just like, oh, Finn drank an entire fifth of Ezra Brooks alone in his room on Saturday and couldn't play Ultimate Frisbee the next day. That's just more of a cry for help than a joke. Yeah. And like, one of the weird things about quitting drinking is people are like, well, trying to stop you from doing it. Like, no one tries to stop you from quitting smoking, but when people find out you're quitting drinking, they're like, oh man, but like, think of the stories. Like, think of all the stories that you could have. But drinking stories suck. Like, drinking stories are the absolute worst. Like, I would way rather listen to somebody's dreams than listen to their stories about, like, their drinking experience. Because every drinking story is basically like, oh man, we got so drunk, and then some crazy stuff happened, and then we woke up the next day, and it was even crazier. Like, that's every drinking story in the world. Like, it's never... So here's a drinking story. Here's a story about drinking that I have. I feel like it's justified. It definitely is not. Basically, I just have to say this. This was, it was like, I don't even remember what it was. Worst drinking story ever. Basically, I got really drunk. I got super, super blacked out, like in college at some point. And when I woke up, I had this series of realizations. I had the following series of realizations. The one was that I was very hungover. Obviously, that's big. 2 is that I was in a house that I did not recognize. Completely strange house. Next revelation, I heard an ex-girlfriend's voice like somewhere in the house. I couldn't see her. I just heard her voice. And this wasn't like a recent ex-girlfriend. This was an ex-girlfriend from like 4 years ago, like, which is just not a good sign at any morning. And then the final revelation, the harshest, was my hands were covered in blood. Never found out. There was like a me-shaped hole through the wall of that house trying to get out. Like, I was in a part of town that I did not recognize. And that was at that point where it's like, so one of the fun things about blacking out is the next day it's sort of like a detective story where you can like sort of piece things together. But I just closed the case on that. I just felt like it's better not to know, really. Yeah, never found out. All right, thank you guys very much.
Quick question, I just want to know, has anyone else ever blacked out on pot? Because that happened to me this weekend. I ate 2 grams of it. Yeah, I had never eaten it before. I got fucked. I woke up in a shower crying. All right, I literally did. All right, now that you know that, let's give it up for our next comic, who's going to be Nick, followed by Matt and then Jonathan. So give it up for Nick.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Good. Standard opening question like that. Hi, my name's Nick. It's my first time here. I'm in it's like a support group type thing going on here. I'm digging that. Yeah, I like it here in LA. Actually, I just got back. I was on the road for a little bit. I took my girlfriend on the road with me this last time, which sounds like a good idea in theory. However, like, we had to share a hotel room, obviously, so we kept getting like those little cliche, you know, she's getting ready, I got to go pee type thing, you know, so like, what are we going to do kind of a thing. And then finally she's like, well, just go. Now, I can't pee in the same room as my girlfriend. I don't know, like, I don't know what stage that is, but we're not there. You know, so I don't know what level that happens. So I can't pee in the same room as my girlfriend. I can, however, shower in the same room as my girlfriend. So that problem kind of solved itself. I pee in the shower is the... All right, fine. Actually, we came back on the flight. There were actually interesting flight. Actually, the most interesting flight I've ever been on. There was actually an abortion on the flight. I mean, they called it the new Footloose movie, but I called it. I just sat there drinking my RC Cola, like, what the fuck is this? Just freaking improv-ing up here. What am I? No, I'm kidding. No, I like it out here in LA. I do. I like seeing serious businesses that are in buildings that clearly used to be fast food restaurants. You know, like a Western Union that clearly was a Wendy's. Like, they didn't even try. Like, the sign was still part. They still kept the WE. They just added Stern Union. You know, like, they just, you know, Taco Bells make great law offices. I've noticed out here. They got the drive-up window. I mean, one fast food place that ain't going nowhere, I know, that's obviously In-N-Out Burger. That's one thing I love out here, In-N-Out Burger. Like, that will always be an In-N-Out Burger. Those things just don't go down. And they cause real problems. Like, they're always busy. They cause real problems. Like, they cause traffic. Like, real traffic. I was sitting in dead stop traffic last week for 45 minutes before I realized I was in line at In-N-Out Burger. Just sitting there, what the hell is going on? Then someone walks up to me with a tablet. Would you like something to eat? I still didn't get it. I was like, this traffic is awesome. About time somebody did this. It's like, no, sir, you're an In-N-Out Burger. I'm just like, I've been sitting here for 45 minutes. You just now telling me that I'm in? Give me a double-double. But you need a sign, like here in this general vicinity. Is everybody liking the lag behind me? I like doing that. If you watch this guy, the mouth doesn't match up, and it's really weird. It's like Netflix on a delay buffer. Let's see if I can get out of here on a really awkward note. You know, if I was a pedophile. Thank you. Got an applause break. If I was a pedophile, no, seriously. Like if I was a not seriously, but you know, off to a great start. Let's get back to this joke that can't work now. You know, if I was a pedophile, I would always carry around with me at all times an 8x10 headshot photograph of Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC. You know, the Catch a Predator guy. Just in case I accidentally walked into that house, not only could I totally throw him off, but I could totally flip it on him. Like, you know, like I'd walk in there and he'd come in there and be like, why don't you have a seat? And I could totally be like, oh, thank God, finally. You know how long I've been trying to meet you? Will you sign this picture for me? Seriously, man. Your fan club sucks, dude. Like, it's the lengths I had to go through that I had to do this right here. You have any idea how many 13-year-old houses I've been to looking for you? Seriously. They don't take no lightly. I'm going to go return this candy. Thank you for the autograph. I can't watch that show anymore, though. I really can't. Like, because I watched the marathon a couple weeks ago, and, like, by the end of it, you find yourself, like, feeling bad for a pedophile. Like, I can't, like, you don't want to be that guy. Like, I'm just watching it like it's a scary movie. I'm like, don't go in the house! He's in there! That's my time. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
You got not one but two applause breaks on pedophile jokes. That was awesome. I also knew as soon as you did your pee in the shower joke that you'd go right for the RC Cola abortion thing. I just had a premonition. Yeah, it's every comedian's segue. All right, guys. Next up is Matt, followed by Jonathan and Leo. Give it up for Matt.
Thank you very much. Would you guys like a free clinic on how to audition for television commercials? This is free, and it's going to take 6 seconds, all right, free of charge. When you go into that room, do whatever the fuck you want to do. Don't listen to anybody because you are surrounded by people who do not know what they want you to do. They don't know. They don't know what they want you to do, okay? And the more they say they do, the more you must believe with all your heart that they do not know what they do, that they don't know what they want, because they don't. And the more they talk, the more you should go, ah, yes, I get to go in and do whatever the fuck I want to do, because he's still talking, and that means that he doesn't know what he wants. Wow, he's still talking. This is what you should be thinking. It opens up all kinds of creative doors. And you might think, well, am I going to book the jet? It doesn't. Your chances are just as likely as anybody else going out for that thing. You should never take a class on how to audition for commercials. Do not take a class on how to I just told you how to fucking do it. You go in and you do whatever the fuck you want to do, because it doesn't matter. I had a call back today for, I can't tell you the name of the fast food company, but it rhymes with crack in your socks. The guy comes out, casting guy comes out, and goes, all right, so guys, so here's what you're going to do. You're just going to look off to the right, and then look camera right, and then look back over there. That's all you're going to do. He wants it sort of a withering kind of sarcastic look, almost like nothing, just like that and like that. The other casting director, he goes, actually, you know what it is? It's more of a kind of like, oh, I just can't believe what's going on. Kind of like Stanley in The Office. He looks at the camera, does that look all the time, right? The first casting, this is in front of like 8 of us, right? The first casting guy turns to her and goes, actually, I was just in the room with the director. He said he doesn't want that. He wants it more of a kind of a withering thing. And then she goes, okay, so I whatever. It's like that. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with an industry that fights amongst themselves, all right? Be positive about it, though. That is a license for you to do whatever the fuck you want to do in there, because it doesn't matter. Don't you dare pay to take a class on how to, I forbid you. I forbid you to do it. Don't you dare do it. That's going to play really well in Nebraska, by the way. I was hanging out with my parents. They're 82. Hung out with them for a couple days, and when you do that, you start to think about life. You start to think about time. You start to think about age. And I found myself posting this on Twitter. I said, "Anyone still alive is still young." And here's what I've learned. Do you want to get a lot of faves and a lot of retweets and a lot of new followers? Post something humorlessly positive. People love humorlessly positive shit on Twitter. You will get cyber blowjobs from, otherwise known as not real blowjobs, from that kind of stuff. I remain Champagne. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Give it up.
Matt also runs a weekly workshop here called Don't Take This Fucking Workshop. Sign up for it. It's free. All right, next to the stage, Jonathan, followed by Leo and then Ricky. So give it up for Jonathan.
Hey, you guys. Hey, I was at a gathering of people the other day, and I saw a friend of mine there, and he saw me and he waved at me, and I started to walk over, and I was gonna greet him, and he did this, like that thing, you know, like the hand up, and I was prepared. I knew exactly what to do, so I did that. Like, that's what you do. You come back, and we, you know, and how it usually goes, you're supposed to like clasp hands and then pull each other, and it's like a shoulder in, you know. I think that's what that's called, and that's what you do, and it's like a greeting amongst you know, fellas. That's what you do. And I did it, and we clasped hands, and I kept pulling, but he wouldn't come in. He just wouldn't come. He just like let his arm go. So to everyone else, it just looks like I was pressing his hand next to my heart. We had a real intimate moment there. So still can't figure those things out, guys. Still trying. Still working on it. I lost my virginity when I was 15, you guys, to a 27-year-old ESPN executive. He was it's a guy because I enjoy that. I enjoy that very much. And he was dressed. He was really impressive. He was in a suit, a really spiffy suit, and I thought that was cool. But looking back, I don't know, like if I don't know what I would see in me at the time. I was like a zit-faced teenager with blue braces and amazing hair. I don't know what I would not be like, you know, let's take this back to my place. You know, I wouldn't do that. But I do have to say, it was fine. It was cool. But I do have to say that 15, looking back, was too young. I feel like it was way too young, because at that point I was right in the middle of geometry, and I feel like you should at least be at pre-calculus, you know? I feel like Algebra 2 really separates the boys from the men. That's what I feel. I don't know, what if like you couldn't, I think like, what if you couldn't fuck unless you passed Algebra 2, like that was a rule? Everyone would have amazing grades. You're like, yeah, we can fuck now. This is great. Let's go. Oh, I have a racist uncle, you guys. He's a racist, and no, don't woo for racism. I don't know what's wrong with people. But he's like better. I think he's like better than most racists. I didn't think that you could be, but he is. He's better than most racists, because he's not like, he doesn't go with the flow. He's not like a hack racist, you know? He doesn't like make the same generalizations that we've heard before. He has his own thing going on. You know, he's like, you know, he was like, I hate all those damn Cambodians in West Covina. They are always owning all the jewelry stores, you know? And we're like, no, we don't know what you're talking about. We have no idea, Uncle. We don't. Thank you guys so much.
Like how we now have had applause breaks for pedophilia and woos for racism. It's open mic night, guys. All right, next to the stage is Leo, followed by Ricky, and then Darren, so give it up for Leo. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They say price of gas might hit $6. I don't know who negotiated the price on gas, but I want the same guy who negotiated the price on bananas. Bananas been on sale for 30 years. I ain't never looked at bananas and freaked the fuck out. I can afford banana anything. Banana bread, banana muffins. Only banana I can't afford is Banana Republic. I'm like $100 for some slacks. What are they made out of gas? I'm 35, about to turn 36, and I realize I'd be further in my life if I just asked for help. Like, women have no problem asking for help. Guys use any other word but help. Guys are like, women like, hey, can I get a hand with my, damn it. Can I get some help with my groceries? Guys are like, yo, can I get a hand with this? Can I get a hand with these bags? Can you help me with my computer? Yo, can I get some support? I need some tech support. Can you help me? I'm being fired at. Yo, can I get some backup? I need some backup to 531. I was at the gym the other day, and this guy was benching with, it had to be like 400 pounds. It's about to crush his throat. And instead of yelling for help, he goes, assistance. Can I get some assistance, please? Assistance. Like, I just imagine, like, if this guy was stranded on an island by himself, would he draw in the sand, A-S-S, plane flies overhead, ass? I was going to help that guy. Not if he's writing like that. I went to a psychic for help, trying to figure out my future, but walking in, I realized she had a diploma on her wall of where she learned her psychic abilities. I don't want that psychic. I don't want the psychic who went to LACC to learn how to fucking read tarot cards. I want the psychic who, when she was a kid and got mad, shit went flying across the room. Like, I want the kid who, like, sat in the back of the classroom drawing circles over and over again with dark hair over her face, and the teacher asked her a question and she's like, I want that psychic. I don't even want my psychic to have a physical street address. I want the psychic where I have to, like, climb the side of a mountain for 3 days in the rain and the cold, and then a crow lands on my shoulder and I'm like, is it time? Then I can go in. I want that psychic. They say to go to a support group if you want help. I feel like when you go to support groups, you just learn how to do what you did better. So I was like, my name's Stan. Hi, Stan. I used to pour chocolate syrup in my Jaeger and then stir it with a cinnamon stick. Some guy's like, what? Chocolate syrup in your Jaeger? That sounds delicious. I'll be back next week. Or you feel better about what you did when you go to support groups. Some lady's like, yeah, I used to sell my baby for crack. He's like, what? I was just doing crack. I'm out of here. You guys are crazy. I can't deal with this anymore. I went to church for help on Sunday, but I realized church is on the wrong day. Because the pastor's like, you can get your life together today. You can get everything you need today. And then I left and everything was closed. Today. Get my life together tomorrow during business hours. Watching the game today. And then I like how the church they use the word defeated to justify violence. They're like, the Israelites defeated the Hittites. I'm like, you mean slaughtered? Killed? No, David defeated Goliath. They make David and Goliath sound like it was a pickup game or one-on-one. The score was tied, and David shot a 3 to win the game. David hit that nigga with a rock. He didn't turn the other cheek. He didn't.
All right, it helps when it's on. All right, next to the stage, Ricky, followed by Darren, and then Taylor. So give it up for Ricky, guys. Woo!
Thanks. What's up, guys? All right, 44 minutes. I'm fucking a guy with cancer. Anybody? And the thing is, he's black, and he had like a bunch of cancers. Now he have like skin cancer, which I think is weird. I thought black don't crack. He has dreadlocks, which I don't understand because isn't chemo supposed to take care of that shit? Smokes weed all the time. We should really, he got so quiet. It's really he smokes weed all the time. He should really snort coke. You know what I mean? It's just bad. We go out all the time and like, oh, can I have a salad? Always have salads. It's so weird. Like, you know, when I eat healthy and vegetables, it's because I don't want to get cancer. You know? What's your excuse? You're gonna die. I don't know. Sex is really good. I feel like every time it's like the last time. Like I'm his make-wish. I don't know. He hadn't called me for the past couple of days. I think he's dead. So this is, I'm from Israel, that's why I have no manners. Or conscious. I'm so used to death, you guys. It's almost ridiculous. And but that's not what I want to talk about. English, you guys. It's such a hard language compared to like Hebrew. And I speak Hebrew, and it's if I don't know how to spell something in Hebrew, I'm like, how do you spell that? The answer I'll get the way you hear it, exactly. You know, like it's a word, easy, shalom. You know, easy. And here it's like you don't know. You have like double meanings. You have like hidden letters. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like who does that? Like, and it's weird because. I work in an Israeli restaurant, and when the Asian chick came to the restaurant, and she's like, "Hi, can I have mocha latte?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Mocha latte." I'm like, "Oh, we don't have that boba shit here." She's Asian. I'm like, we don't have that, like Koreatown ref, right? I'm like something weird, and she's like, "Mocha." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, and then she looks at the menu, and she points at the menu, like, and I'm like, "Oh, mocha." And it's weird because I can't blame her for that, you know what I mean? Like, it really does sound like that. But the thing is, like, I think my English is good better than it really is. I used to live downtown for a couple of months, and I used to walk everywhere because you can't park anywhere. So I walked to Rite Aid, and there was a sign out there that says, "We carry milk." And I'm like, okay, cool. And so I get there, and I'm like, I don't have a car. I'm fucking walking. It's hot. And I get there and I'm buying like 3 gallons of milk. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. So I'm going to the register and I'm like paying for the milk, right? It's like 3 gallons, and I'm like, who's carrying my milk? And it was so weird. He looked at me and was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like, who's carrying my milk? What? True shit. I don't know. People say the dumbest shit they hear that you're from another country, like. We're like, oh my God, you're from Israel? I heard you have camels in your backyard. Really? You heard of camels? That's ridiculous. I don't have camels in my backyard. I have missiles. Give it up for Ian, because that was my time.
All right, next to the stage, Darren, followed by Taylor, and then Steve. Give it up for Darren? Yeah, give it up for Darren.
Wait a second, it's not pronounced mocha? Come on, everybody. I've had the weirdest day, guys. I gotta talk about it. I'm 4 years sober this week. Thank you, it's awful. And but I don't know if you guys ever been to an AA meeting. They're always, everyone's just so agreeable, and they're always just nodding their heads, and it's always, sometimes you have these most outlandish shares. And this one guy, of course they were talking about crack today, and the people smoking crack, so then it kind of gets it going for the meeting. And this one guy raises his hand. He's like, yeah, man, I'm not gay, but I sucked that guy's dick once for crack. And everyone's going, yeah, I know, yeah. Like, people are nodding, yeah. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make you gay. That makes you fucking really gay, bro. That's all I'm saying. I've never, ever been, like, out of coke and been like, yo, Steve, man, pull down your pants. I'm going to suck your dick for another line. That's what I'm saying. I was walking down the street today, too, and there's this, like, bum there. And I was like, holy shit, he looked like he was dead. And I was like, hey, man, you all right? And he just kind of goes, man. He's got, like, one squinty eye. I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I was like, are you sure? Should I call an ambulance? He's like, nah, man. So as I walk by, he goes, hey, guy, come here a second. So I was like, what's up? He goes, hey, man, can you get me a woman? I was like, look, bro, I can't even get myself a date, much less you. But wouldn't that be really funny if you're like, yeah, I can get you a woman. Like, hey, Sally, I know you've been really lonely, really desperate, but I got the guy for you. He comes home, he doesn't come home, he may or may not shit or piss his pants, but let me tell you. I was in Rite Aid today, and I was like looking for some like lotion, but that has nothing to do with the story. And I see this woman as like the girl of my dreams. I was like, holy shit, this is like my soulmate, you know. And then we all do stand up, but I froze, like, you know, when you first, you know, I froze and I got like swamp ass, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta talk to her. And then she just walked out, and I was like, I have gotta stop doing ecstasy when I go to Rite Aid. You guys are watching TV today, and I was watching The Terminator today, okay? I was thinking about that movie. That movie's a bit long, and this is the reason why that movie is a bit long, because of his accent. That movie would in 6 minutes if he had a British accent, right? 6 minutes long, like, oh, hello there, I'm looking for Miss Sarah Connor. We had some tea and crumpets this morning. You know, I don't know where she is. Oh, she's right over there, thank you. Poof, dead, killed, bang, dead, killed, dead. Movie over 6 minutes, we never see Titanic, our lives are better. This is just coming off the top of my head, folks, that's all I'm doing. That's my time, thanks. So much. Keep going for Ian.
Feel like the air changed a little bit with that cancer joke stuff from before. Do we need to hug it out? We good? You guys still all right? No one else is going to do that stuff? RC Cola, pedophiles, that's the shit that works. All right, yeah. All right, next up is Taylor, followed by Steve, and then Will. Give it up for Taylor. Taylor.
Hey guys, I may have a big fake smile, but I'll make sure to bring down the mood too. Okay? So, why is it okay? I was at work today, and I don't understand how this gay guy at work, it was okay for him to call me a whore, but I got written up when I called him a faggot. Like, I was like, and he's like, that's not nice. Like, I was born this way. I was like, well, I was born a whore. Like, it runs in the family. My grandma was a whore. My mom's a whore. I'm like, was your dad a faggot? Like, I don't know. So I got in trouble today at work. But I have a job. Okay, so true story. My ex-boyfriend just emailed me. He's a filmmaker. He just emailed me saying, hey, Taylor, I'd like to cast you in my film. And I was like, yeah, cool. Like, sure, I'll do it. What's the role? Kid you not, writes back, oh, the bitchy ex-girlfriend. Like, well, I don't have to audition for that one. But now I am doing internet dating. I will admit it. You guys won't admit it, huh? You're not. You're doing it? Have you seen me? What? Oh, you date dudes? Oh, did the word faggot offend you? Oh, you do? Okay, see, like, I'm open. I don't care. Call me a whore, whatever, faggot, whatever. But it's weird, like, they ask you, like, a series of questions, like, when you sign on. And like it's like, do you drink? Do you smoke? And then it's like, would you consider yourself to be an honorable person? I'm like, well, yes. Like, I'm gonna say yes, yeah, but shut up and fuck off. Sorry, I got distracted by the words below your ball sack. She's like, bitch, shut up and suck this. So I think they need to ask you a question like, have you lied on any of the previous questions? It's like, yeah, I figured it would be smarter to lie. Because if I answered all those questions honestly, it would just set me up with another asshole like myself. And isn't that exactly what you're trying to avoid? And then it says, one of the questions is, how often do you shower? I'm like, every day. Like, do I always shower every day? No. But if we're going on a date that day, I promise you I will shower. I will shower that day, every day I see you, until I trap you in a relationship, and then I'll stop shaving my legs. But that day I will shower. And this one guy, I kid you not, said he like admitted to every other day, which I think if you admit every other day, that has got to mean like once a week. Like, if you're gonna admit that, that's, I don't know. And then one other thing it asks is, what's the most private thing you're willing to admit? Like, that I'm doing internet dating. Like, isn't that bad enough that I can't get a date in real life? That I obviously have a really shitty personality. Like, that should be enough. Like I can't be like that honest on it and expect to get a date. Like, I don't know. I have adult acne. Like, date me. I dropped out of college because I couldn't find parking. Like, you have to sell yourself a little bit there. Another question is, do you know the names of everybody you've kissed? I'm like, well, I'm sure I did at some point. Like, I'm sure I was like, yeah, Javier, like, whatever. Like, I knew then, but I've, like, been kissing long enough. No, I don't even know every employer. Like, whatever. Okay, and I feel it's, like, stupid to even have all those questions anyways. I think it should really just be, like, a series of pictures, because isn't that all you're really doing, like, when you're looking for those other homos? Like, you just, like, ugly, ugly, hot, hot, gay, fag, like whatever, like you're just like flipping through. And then like if somebody's hot, like that's good enough. Or like especially ladies always trying to like, exactly. Like, are you still with that hot Asian chick? Yeah, see, that's enough. Like, and I will always remember you have a hot Asian girlfriend. I don't need to know her name or her personality. And it's like, if they're hot, you just, that's it. You hook them, you drag their ass to church, and then you're done. I would finish that joke, but it's not gonna get much better, guys. Have a good night.
All right, next up, Steve, followed by Will, and then Joseph. So give it up for Steve.
Yeah. Half Asian, half Latina. It's nice. A little confusing. I don't know which website to post our sex videos onto. A lot of cancer talk up here. Guys, I'm a cancer survivor. Those fuckers will not shut up about their cancer. I'll let you think on that one for a bit. I demand the reaction these jokes deserve. If I don't get it, I'll explain or wait. Thank you. Just recently saw Hugo. That's not a bad movie. I've never seen Hollywood suck its dick quite that adorably before. Paula Deen has been accused of racism. Oh my goodness. A fat, white, rich Southern woman is racist. You can knock me down with a deep-fried, honey-drizzled feather. That's a Twitter joke right there. I spent a little time in the South recently. You know, they say different words, like different terminology. For instance, in the South, when they call someone their first cousin, what they mean is they fucked that cousin before they fucked the rest of their cousins. That's why it's the first cousin. I'll help you guys. Don't worry. My girlfriend reminds me a lot of Amelia Earhart, and that she died in a plane crash long ago, and I don't know why anyone gives a fuck. Dating is tough these days. If you're ugly. Earlier today, the police had to measure the skid marks in my underwear to determine the cause of the accident, also in my underwear. That one's new. Oh, I don't know why I understand everyone's complaining so much about dubstep. It's not that bad a song. It is just one song, right? I feel like once you've heard one dubstep song, you're sorry. Guys, just like Sherlock Holmes, I can tell things just by looking at people. There was a girl out in the hallway there, and just by looking at her, I could tell that she was a college student, that she owned 2 dogs, and that later tonight she would have to fight off a rape. Oh, relax, guys. I didn't say I would rape anyone. I said I would try. I don't know about you guys, but I can't help feel just a little bit gay when I'm putting on chapstick, especially when I'm putting it on my dick-shaped asshole. See, you think I'm one kind of hack, but I'm a different kind of hack, guys. I put twists on it. Thank you for the light there. I'm really looking forward to Game of Thrones. I love the fantasy genre, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. I think it's so incredible how in the fantasy genre, anything, dragons, elves, dwarves, wizards can exist except for black people. I'm leaving with this. A lot of people have been telling me that I need to add some stories to my set, and I've got one for you guys. Here's the story. I used to have a story in my set, but I replaced it with all my awesome jokes. Thanks a lot, guys.
I feel like we're learning a lot of stuff tonight. No cancer, yes to killing ex-girlfriends. That couldn't have gotten a bigger reaction. Next up, Will, followed by Joseph, and then Luke. Give it up for Will.
Hey, how you all do tonight, huh? Yeah, fun time. Let's get a funny guy. So let me tell you something. Other night, right? You guys know what I talk about. Go Digger Entertainment on Santa Monica. Know what I talk about? Shady black ass building, right outside the road. No parking. That's okay. I walk there. So I go there, right? Have good time. See lady do nasty thing. Come back home. Go upstairs, live above a restaurant. I own Lee's fried chicken restaurant. Go upon my wife there in bed. I go in, hey, baby. I put on my sexy voice. I say, hey, baby. I want you do me 6'9". She go, what you talk about, Ree? What you talk about? I said, baby, let's us do 6'9". You me now. We turn on light. If I had camera, I'd film us. She goes, Lee, what? I said, 6'9", babe. Come on, you know 6'9". She goes, Lee, you want me to go downstairs, make you fried chicken pad thai with peanut sauce right now, in the middle of the night? I said, no, not the 69. I said 6'9". That's an Asian problem. I guess you guys don't understand. So like, I don't know, man, like sometimes, because we have that meet down, on Western Avenue, like, and I bring my Corolla, and it's a pretty good Corolla, right? Like, I put the angel wing door on it, I mean, man, it's like, it's sweet, right? So, all those guys are cool, and so I don't know why, but this one time, like, I walked there, and I say, this guy's like, he comes up, he say, homie, what you got the Jesus bobblehead in your car for, man? I say, man, it's cool. It's a cool Jesus bobblehead, man. And he say, I don't know, it's just, I realized something, homie, that like my dad told me when I was just a little Mexican boy. And he told me, he said, son, hombre, he said, mi hijo, when life gives you lemons, you need to put them in a bag and set them on the corner, okay? Well, so I'm trying to understand your problem there, Manuel. So you say your problem is that you're having these regressions from your past, yeah? Yeah, homie, I like, thinking about this shit from the Jesus bobblehead. Well, I think next time you need to sort of look within yourself and might want to investigate your relationship with your father, Manuel. Say, hey, homie, I will try to do that. Next time, I will try to do that. Okay, guys. Next time. Thanks so much. Thank you.
All right. Next to the stage, Joseph, followed by Luke, and then Amy. Give it up for Joseph.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joseph Larkin from Slide, Louisiana. I can't say I want to suck your dick with a straight face. Ha! Get it? Fuck you. All of you. Man, I wish I had that stool to put my book on, but somebody forgot to take it out again. Ian, it's too late for that. You've already ruined my set, which was going to be amazing. Everyone was going to have a really good time. And now this. This is my impression of gay Dracula. That's the twist. He's gay this time. He doesn't just look and act gay. This time he is fucking gay. Gay Dracula says, "I want to suck your blood, engorged cock." Why do you like that joke about sucking cock but not the other? The other one had more clever wordplay. You like funny voices? Is that it? I need funny voices with my clever wordplay? What else we got here? Oh, here's a joke that's never worked. Here is one lesson I think we can all learn from the tragic events of 9/11. When God closes a door, he opens a window. All right, that's a keeper. Putting it back in the set. No, I don't need her approval. But I did. Someone said, "Oh God," and I was like, "Well, yeah, that joke's got to stay." How many calories does self-immolation burn? All of them, guys. All right. Fuck this, man. Here's a bit I've only done like twice, like 2 years ago. Let's see what we got. Sorry, fellas, I'm not gay. All right. Despite what you may have read on the M4M section of Craigslist. So I'm not gay. And I do find certain aspects of the gay male lifestyle appealing. The glory hole, for instance. The glory hole is glorious. That's why it's called glory hole. This is what separates us from the animals. This is why God gave us dominion over the little fucks. Because no animal can stick its dick in a hole in a tree and get it sucked off by a complete stranger. That's amazing. That is glorious. Man, I don't remember any of this stuff. What else? Man, but that's the thing, dude. Like, you can get like a complete stranger will suck your dick and swallow your scrum, sight unseen. I've had women who told me they loved me who wouldn't suck my dick and swallow it. Not really a joke, just sort of a statement of fact. Actually, the one woman who wouldn't suck my dick at all is a prostitute, apparently. And she should have told me this, I don't know, before we started fucking dating. Because if I'd known I could just pay for it, I wouldn't have fucking dated her. I just would have been like, here's some money, let's fuck. But anyway, I'm just going off on a tangent here. And I've dated 2 women who turned out to be prostitutes. Anyway, that's not a joke. Oh, guys, I'm very careful when it comes to sex, despite what I just said about fucking women who are prostitutes or dating them. That's even worse than just fucking them. But I'm very careful when it comes to sex, and I always practice safe sex. You got to do that, guys. Not only do I use a rubber, but I also pull out, because faces cannot get pregnant. They can get AIDS, but that's not my problem. Damn it. I told that on the very first night I did comedy, and I bombed. I bombed real bad. All right, this is one last thing, and then I'll take off. Sorry about that, Ian. This is my impression of the guy who makes this obscene hand gesture at inappropriate moments. So my mother passed away this week, and her funeral was on Friday, and it was so beautiful. And I was so sad as they lowered her into her grave. Thank you guys so much. Ian.
You can next find Joseph at our very own Glory Hole in the Acme Comedy Bathroom. Check him out. Free scrum. All right. Next to the stage, Luke, followed by Amy, and then Paige. Give it up for Luke.
Are we doing impressions? Is that what we're doing? Oh, okay. All right, here's, thank you, sir. I'm doing a request. This is Elephant Man, Terrence Maddox, if he didn't die, picking up on chicks. Hold on, give me a sec. Can I get a minute? Can I get a minute?
Hey, Kyle, how are you? Do you want to fuck? We're going to have to fuck standing up, because if we do lying down, I'll die.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That needs work. Yes, sir. Oh, not Terrence Maddox. Who's Terrence Maddox? Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I have to read more. Nerd. Oh, that's coming. I'm hitting new lows, guys. I am. I'm hitting new lows. I've been doing a lot of open mic comedy, and I'm getting the telephone light, and I got a show. I got a real show, and I missed the real light because I was looking for the fucking cell phone. All right, lights got turned out on me. The song comes up, and they drag me off stage. And you think that was the lowest point, right? But no, it wasn't. The comic before me in a robot suit said, "Hey, tough break." Comic in a robot suit. Tough break. Hitting new lows. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me, bro. Fuck me, dude. Fuck me, bro. That's the sweet sound of having sex with a girl that wears board shorts. No? No one? People wear board shorts, do laundry. Is that what's going on? I don't know. What the fuck am I doing? Where am I at? Oh, shoot. It's hard to get babes in LA, like girls. I'm not on the internet. It's hard for me. It is. I've noticed a lot of people have celebrity stories. Like, oh, I saw Brad Pitt at the grocery store. Man, that guy's pretty cool, man. He was just getting some cucumbers. He's like one of us. That guy's a pretty cool guy. You know, oh, I saw Anne Hathaway eating, you know, like eggs, scrambled eggs and like some bacon. She's just a normal gal. She seems like she could be really personable. And I need one of these stories. I need to break the ice. But I did see Macho Man Randy Savage on a Harley Davidson breastfeeding a baby. Yeah, I did. And then I went up there to get my story, right, to meet him, and I realized that it was an obese lady on a motorized walking scooter letting her baby eat chip crumbs off her chest. Yeah, true story. I don't have it. I need that story. I was this close, guys. I already got the light on that one. Wow. You guys hate me? You guys want me dead? You want me dead? Fine. I'll kill myself tomorrow. Fine, that's it. You're never going to see me again. So take a good look. That's my impression of a rich kid asking his parents for money. Thanks. I'm Luke Clements.
All right, next to the stage, Amy, followed by Paige, and then Ryan, who promised to do his set in a robot suit, so I'm looking forward to that. So give it up for Amy.
I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but I always get a lot of compliments. I don't know if you guys can relate to this. Like, oh my God, you drank 540s, that's so cool. Didn't pass out. Or like, oh my God, you passed out on the subway, that's such a great story. No? Okay, well, those are true stuff that have happened to me over my lifetime. And like, recently someone's like, that, you're so crazy. And now I can say, thank you, I got that from my mom. Hey guys, my mom's fucking crazy. She started going on the computer reading my tweets. And I don't know if you guys know the rule about computers, but old people are not supposed to go on the internet. It was not invented for them, let alone Twitter, right? Let alone someone when they were 17, they wanted to become a nun, right? Because those people are weird, you know? I think they should have like been shipped away to China and been raped by monkeys. So yeah, that's what I'm calling my mom. I'm thinking my mom should have been raped by monkeys. Not AIDS monkeys like her sister. And I wouldn't want the monkeys to get hurt. But long story short, my mom then brought it to a priest and was like, I'm worried about my daughter. These are her thoughts. They're not my thoughts, you know. I mean, they are my thoughts, but I think they're funny, you know. And some of them are true, some of them are not. And so the priest was like, oh, I think you need to go to Al-Anon. Your daughter has a heroin problem. These are real diamond earrings. Heroin is for poor people, right? I mean, that's what I've heard. I would never do anything to hurt myself like that. I mean, maybe I'd drink 540s, but I was just trying to fit in, you know, with the water polo players, you know, earn their respect, you know, to be like, I can fit in. And half of them I threw in the toilet. I wasn't going to drink it. I was going to get fat and my dad not love me. But So my mom started going to Al-Anon meetings, and I don't know if you know about Al-Anon, but it's basically a group of losers whose family's in AA, you know, because AA, who are we kidding? I understand it works for some people, but like it's like losers that sit and cry. I'm like, oh, we're gonna sit around a candle and read notes and be like, oh yeah, I'm such a loser that I like missed this and because I'm a loser, and it's horrible. And so my mom's going to those meetings, and she's now ran away and hasn't been seen in like 2 months. And it's my fault, basically. And she filed for separate. Oh, and she also took like all this money from my dad, you know, because she's like, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do what I want because I think the Al-Anon's, now my mom owns Al-Anon. I think she bought it or something like that, which is really weird. But so I broke in the convent that she was like, you know, at before she like went crazy. And well, I didn't break in. The door was locked and they were in there and they wouldn't answer, you know, because I was like, let me in, you fucking assholes. And they didn't let me in. So I was like, all right, then I'm going to come in. And they wouldn't give me any answers, you know, because they're like anonymous, and that's not Christ-like, you know, and they're nuns. And so I called them a bunch of cunts to get their attention and told them that they were so dead inside that they would never get molested by a priest, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Catholic religion, but the priests molest little boys, and the nuns are, you know, like kind of butch lesbians with like, they were short and had a short haircut, so they didn't like me, but I didn't like them because they didn't give me the answers I wanted. But the next day I called a family friend who's a priest, and he said that was fine because he thought the nuns were lesbians too. But he lives in an abbey, which is really funny how that's a gay bar name. You know, he thought it was funny too, and he said it was fine that I called a nun a cunt. But the only place we disagreed on right now is that you can't do confessions over the phone. So guess I'm not going to receive communion on Sunday. Thank you, guys.
All right, next to the stage is Paige, followed by Ryan, Robot Suit O'Flanagan, and then Sarah. Give it up for Paige.
I'm tough, guys. All right, you know, people don't think so. But I am. Like, and one story I like to tell people so that they'll think I'm tough is, you know, one time I was at a concert. It was real crowded, and there was this guy next to me, pretty big guy, and he called me a bitch. And so I punched him in the face. It's pretty good, right? Part I usually leave out, though, when I tell people that story is that afterwards I went and cried for 20 minutes. So there you go, within 30 seconds of me claiming to be tough, the secret's out. I am not. There it is. So, you know, it can be expensive living out here in LA, and sometimes you find yourself living somewhere you don't really like. It's small, it's not so nice. But I just say, you know, if you don't like where you're living, just think. Like if it were a doghouse, it would be like a really nice doghouse. That dog has his own apartment in Koreatown? That's incredible. That dog's on unemployment? Wow! That dog has bones hidden all around? That makes sense. So the furniture store, IKEA, I'm sure you probably know, they have names for all their products, and I think some of these names can be pretty poetic. Like, I own a table from IKEA called a lack. IKEA, helping people fill up their lives with lack. I can drive by IKEA and say that's where I got my lack and be referring at once to my table and the emptiness in my life. IKEA, home base of the concept of lack. They also have a bookshelf called Billy, presumably to remind you that if you're shopping there, you probably talk to your bookshelf. Not surprisingly, I am not doing well financially, guys. Take the bus a lot, and you know, nobody likes taking the bus, but I think one of the worst things for me is just how awkward it is. Like, the worst moment for me is that part in the bus ride where the bus is half full, so everyone has their own seat, no one has to sit next to anyone yet, everyone's happy, and then that person gets on who has to sit next to somebody. And I hate that because I'm the person people feel most comfortable sitting next to. And, you know, like,
I don't want to be sitting next to someone. I try to look as homeless as possible. I make weird faces. I adopt twitches. Nothing really works. I guess there's just something about me. No, okay. I've been thinking lately, I think one of the saddest things is when you get so old and so used to the idea of death that you kind of talk about it like it's nothing. Like I used to work at a library with a bunch of old ladies, and my boss, who was herself an old lady, her husband died while I was working there. And she was back at work a couple days later, and she was talking to the other old ladies, and they're all commiserating like, it's so worst when your husband dies. You have to practically carry the death certificate around everywhere because no one believes you. What? That's awful. It's like you just want to cancel your cell phone bills, and people are like, yo, bitch, you just don't want to pay for this. And they just talk about it. It's like, no, it's a hassle. It's like deeply, deeply sad. And my grandma does this too. I was talking to her the other day about how she and my grandpa were going to replace the counters in their house. And my grandma was saying, I really like this color, but it just doesn't match the cabinets. And I was saying, well, maybe you should just get new cabinets too. And she said, we'd rather leave that money to you. Grandma, don't say that. I'd rather you have the cabinets, I think. All right, thanks, guys.
All right, next to the stage is Ryan, followed by Sarah, and then the Martin Duprass. Give it up for the robot suit comedy of Ryan.
Hey guys, no robot suit. I'm a piece of shit. But yesterday, 2 people on 2 separate occasions said that they hope I have a day job. That's a real thing. One in regards to my stand-up, one in regards to my sketch group. Sorry, Ahmed. Someone said that they hope we have day jobs. I don't know if you saw that on Facebook. But I was, some girl posted, we're going to be on Tosh, and some guy responded, I just watched it. Hope they have day jobs. And then earlier in the day, someone said, I can probably read it to you, but I've memorized it because I've read it so many times. Some guy posted on one of our sketch videos, hey, just saw you at Flappers this weekend. I have never been so bored in my life. You are not funny in any way. I hope you have a day job. And I read that while I was at my day job, which I hate. And I was pooping, actually. I was pooping as I read it. That part's not important. None of this is important. But it was a sad day. No one's ever said that to me before. Than the 2 people in one day. That's such a weird insult. That's an old school. Hope you got a day job, kid. Don't quit your day job. Sonny. I had a crush on a girl. Here's my jokes. This is why they say. I had a crush on a girl in high school, so I wrote her a note, and I told her that I was in love with her, but I wasn't really. I was just kind of like in lust with her, you know. But I couldn't spell. Okay. Here's a scene from James Lipton. James Lipton's got a new horror film coming out, guys. Here's a scene from James Lipton's new horror film. Oh my God. Oh my God, you gotta get out of there. The call is coming from inside the actor's studio. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. Flappers all weekend, guys. I didn't do those. I did this one, though. I have a gay friend. It's the worst. He's a nice boy. He kind of like hits on me in like a sarcastic way, but sometimes he gets kind of like creepy with it. Like he sent me a text, and I was like, "Hey man, send me a picture of your junk." It's like, that's weird. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not weird, you know. So as a joke, I just sent him like a picture of my trash can with like garbage in it, you know, and then me in the background sucking a dick. I'm not gay, but I like depth of field. If everyone feels bad for fruit flies these days, which I understand, that's a sad ordeal. They only live for one day. The lifespan of a fruit fly is only one day. That's so sad. 24 hours, which, yeah, that's sad, but also they fly around which is pretty sweet. I feel like that's all anyone could ever want. Like if someone said to you, hey man, good news and bad news. You're going to fly. You're going to have the gift of flight. But you only have one day to live. You know, you'd be like, all right, now what's the bad news? I get to fly around, then I don't have to live anymore after that? I don't have to do open mics? Like, it's never going to get better than that one day that you flew. You can live for like 80 more years. It's been like at the end, I probably should have just killed myself after that day that I flew. That was a waste of time. Fruit flies know what they're doing. Fly for a day and then get out. Zip around some bananas. Okay, thanks guys.
I feel like a jerk now. I built up your whole robot suit bit and all that, and next time at Flappers, he'll be wearing the robot suit, I hope. All right, next to the stage, Sarah, followed by the Martin Duprass and Ed. Give it up for Sarah.
Thanks so much. Ooh, shit, I am jacked on cold medicine. And I didn't take one thing, I took like 5 things, the combined effect of which I'm not too sure about, so this whole thing could just go off the rails at any moment. That's what makes live comedy exciting. Yeah, woo, man, this drug cocktail, I'm like wired and like really jittery, yet I'm drowsy. You know, but I'm like super clear and focused, but there's also a very good chance that I'm hallucinating right now, and my mouth is dry. I'm gonna sing, ladies and gentlemen, this is a little song I wrote for my ex-boyfriend. It's called Fuck You, John. It's a B-side off my single. If you can't live without me, then why aren't you dead yet? So I am single, and as a result, I'm often alone with my thoughts. And I have a lot of random thoughts. My latest, I don't want abdominal surgery. I don't need it. I just don't want it. You know, my concern isn't with the surgery itself. It's that I don't think they're going to be able to put everything back the way they found it. You know, you can pull my intestines out to get to the organs underneath. Then what? You know, I don't think the doctor sticks around to make sure everything is put back perfectly. He calls in some other dude because he wants to run off to the break room and have sex with a nurse. I've watched Grey's Anatomy. I know what happens in hospitals. You know, so some dude wearing a mask and gloves comes in and picks my intestines up off the floor and tries to shove them back in there, but he can't. It's just like a ball of string. You buy it at the store, it's perfectly round and tightly packed. You unwind that and roll it back up. What's it look like? Totally misshapen and 10 times its original size. That's what's going on in here, right? Or worse, he gets it all jammed back in and sews me up and everything looks okay. Much like a piece of IKEA furniture that you've just assembled. You're admiring your handiwork after much struggle with all those parts and those screws and that stupid diagram, and then you put a cup down on it and the whole thing collapses and crashes to the floor. That's going to be me. I'm going to be doing something innocuous, like walking through a supermarket and I'm going to stop to sneeze and my abdomen's going to tear open and my intestines are going to come exploding out. Thanks, but no thanks. I work in a restaurant. I work in fine dining, and I really like my job. I really like working there. But one of the things that really pisses me off about the customers are people who think they know more about the food that I'm serving than I do, or people who just want to challenge me because they're bitter and they live in Brentwood. You know, and I'll be talking about the special, the black cod, and then I'll hear this voice say, you know, black cod's really sable fish. Okay. No, it is. Black cod's a marketing name. It's actually sable fish. And I'm thinking, you know, you don't want to go down this road. One more word out of you and it's on. And then I hear the voice say, you need to call it sable fish because that's what it really is. If you say so. Although, sable fish, Onyplopoma fimbria, is one of 2 members of the fish family Onyplopoma matidae and the only species in the Onyplopoma genus. In English, common names include sable, butterfish, blue cod, bluefish, candlefish, coal cod, coalfish, besho, skillfish, and what we in the sophisticated restaurants of North America call it, black cod. Bon appetit, bitch. And don't get me started on meat, because I'm going to filet mignon your ass back to Brentwood. I'll leave you with this. Last month I dated a Japanese guy. Everything was great, so we had sex. And then he'd either mumble stuff in Japanese, which isn't a seductive language. Oh, nothing okay, or he'd be completely silent. And then I felt like I was fucking a ninja. That's my time, thank you.
All right, only 3 comics left. We're going to start with the Martin Duprass, followed by Ed, and then Ahmad. Give it up for the Martin Duprass.
Thank you, people that are here still. I gave myself the loudest cheer walking up on stage, I realized. You probably. I'm my biggest fan. It's cool.
It's okay, I don't need a microphone.
No, you don't.
I don't need that.
I'm going to be over here. You
Jeremy
can...
and I met on the internet, so this is really appropriate that we're...
Yeah.
about
Joke's on you, Internet. That's our shower curtain back here. We are just murdering people as they get off the stage. Yeah. The people watching this should probably be profiled by the CIA anyway, if you think about it. Because they're like, I mean, why would you watch an open mic on the internet? Like, are you, like, you're masturbating to people's shame, right? That's the only explanation to watch an open mic on the internet.
This is why we sit in the back.
Ben, before he left an hour and a half ago, was talking about blackout drinking, which I'm pretty
Jeremy's
much
really
an
good at
expert
that. He's really good
Yeah.
at getting blackout.
We stopped recently.
Yep.
But he was talking about how you get a bunch of stories from it, and like, if you're married, you don't, because you have someone there that's like, hey, don't leave the house without any pants on, and that's not cool. Like, I could use that, you know? That'd be like 5 minutes about how I got arrested for walking around without pants on and throwing up on a kid or whatever, and you prevent that. We stopped drinking.
Keep you in the house.
You do keep me
When
in
Jeremy
the house.
gets blackout drunk, he just tells me, you don't understand. You don't understand. And I said, well, what is it that I don't understand? He goes, if I have to tell you, you really don't understand. Apparently, I married a woman, and I don't know how to handle bitches.
Drinking gives me an inverted penis, guys.
It's very sexy. It's really sexy.
God. But, Jesus. Yeah, we stopped drinking recently.
And then we did drink again, and then we stopped again.
But that, like, it's pretty much ruined our relationship, not because we have to drink to fuck each other or anything, but because, like, now we have nothing to talk about other than the open mics that we go to and our shitty day jobs.
Yeah.
Because before we could at least be like, God, we gotta quit drinking.
Yeah, and now it's just like, oh my God, let's tell that stupid joke again.
Yeah.
God, if you tell me one more thing about masturbating,
we just
I swear to
talk
God, I'm
shit
gonna murder
about
someone.
all you guys all day.
Not you
No,
guys.
specifically you guys.
Mostly Ahmed.
Mostly Ahmed.
Mostly Ahmed.
But everybody does that. I can't.
Sorry.
Not in the history of LA comedy, I think, has someone been shit talked as much as Ahmed.
Fucking douchebag.
Oh my
You,
God.
I'm sorry, honey.
What is wrong with this mic for us? I don't understand.
I don't know,
it.
but it's, because we work.
We work, yeah.
And but when we get here at 5 o'clock, there's already 30 people here, and so 30 people have already gone, and there's no energy, and then we don't have any energy. Thank you. Yeah. I think
Did you want to say something?
About what?
I don't know, like maybe you wrote a joke or something for once?
No, I didn't do that. That's for sure. No, wait, I do have one.
This will be good.
Shut
up. I'm gonna take a shower.
I'm gonna score some points right now. Actually, Jeremy and I, we have a tendency to have biannual abortion parties, and while we do supply the RC Cola, they are BYOB. Bring your own bucket, because I'm not gonna clean up that shit.
Let's close with bring your own bucket. Way to go. I bet everybody feels good about themselves now. You feel good out there, internet land? That's the kind of energy we bring to the stage.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. Come on up here and get us off. Ian, you know what I mean.
Thanks, guys. All right. Now we have 3 comics left. Next is Ed, followed by Ahmed, who's apparently a douchebag, and then Dana. So give it up for Ed.
Is that my dad? Are you here, Dad? Hi, guys. That thing came up. Open mic comedy, huh? Woo! Open mic comedy for me feels like making love to the woman of your dreams for 3 minutes after 20 other guys just did it better. Like, it's a mixed bag. And I couldn't think of a better segue for this other than speaking of fucking and open mics. I'm not sure how one breaks into the porno industry. If there's like an interview process or like a monster.com thing. But I'm of the mind that the porno open mic has got to be, that's probably the way to go. And I think we're the ones to do it because the porno open mic is still also totally going to take place at 6 o'clock in a storefront theater in La Brea. There's going to be 3 women in the room who like cluster together to avoid the damaged men that severely outnumber them and threaten them at every moment. Like new guys, just because it's so awkward, are totally going to show up and be like, has anyone ever gone ass to mouth before? It's like, just go ass to mouth, you know, just do it. Entertain me. Experienced guys are only showing up to try out some sort of like, some like weird, like half finished. All they got is the cum shot. All they got, they're just going to figure out the rest. I watch too much porno. That's probably apparent right now. That was really detailed. But my body is a motherfucker. My body asks for things, and I hate my body because my body is not who I am, you know? Because who I am is a 38-year-old lesbian performance artist. My perfect day is handing out Marxist propaganda written in my own menstrual blood. Like, you don't know me? You think it's a joke? It's true, because my body advertises, hey, am I in your living room? Would you turn on SportsCenter so we can fucking, I played sports, I can watch sports, but ESPN is like fucking CNN if there were 5 things in the world and none of them mattered. Like, even if you were to stack up all of the given sports games in a day and play them back to back, it wouldn't take 24 hours. So how can you then talk about moments from the that's why they wear those fucking suits, so you can't see the deadness in their eyes. Because they realize they're 32 years old, they're never going to play their stupid game again, and they're here like talking while graphics come at the screen. Speaking of coming at the screen, I'm trying to grow up. I'm 27, but I'm balding, so I've got to like get on that and adultify as soon as possible. And it's tough because as an adult, you gotta. I think one of the things, I don't know all of the things, one of the things is you have to be able to focus on a task until that task is accomplished. And like what I'm best at is being aloof. Like I'm the guy who's going to be 20 minutes late to his mother's funeral because I took a wrong turn thinking like, do birds have penises? I mean, they must, but I've never... How have I lived this long and I've never seen a bird's penis? They're probably retractable, like landing gear, because it would drag otherwise. Or maybe feathers are like boxer briefs, and so when they get erections, they can just flip them up and conceal them. Meanwhile, the crossing guard on the windshield's like, you killed all the children. So that's my time, everybody. Thank you.
All right, next up is Ahmed, followed by Dana. Give it up for Ahmed.
Thank you. I have news for that guy. Not only do I have a day job, I probably need a second day job. So if that guy is watching on the internet, if you know anything, please. I live on a floor. Live on a floor in my sister's dining room floor. The stage is better than my room. I was on TV yesterday, and now I'm on Open Mic Live. Things are going in the right direction for me. I discovered last week, or last time I was here, that I'm going bald. Fuck you, Open Mic Live. This is not going to work out because most of my act outs happen in this area. Oh, check this funny act. Oh, you missed the internet. Oh, also, I just wanted to do this. Open Mic Live. Oh. You guys, things taste different once you've been on TV. Fruit is fresher. That's it. That's all I've eaten today. Just a lot of fruit with my Tosh.0 money. My aunt wrote on my wall like 7 times about how much she hated that show. Thanks for taking away my moment in the sun. Oh, we watched you. That show's really bad. Oh, why did you be on that show? I have no choice. Well, sometimes I'll come to open mics because I haven't written anything and I feel like it'll force me to write. And it did not. Nothing. What has happened to me? I started dating a girl, which also makes for bad writing. Oh, all I think about, this girl has sex with me. Hey, you ever notice when you're having sex, you don't think about comedy anymore? That's right, guys. I was on TV and I had sex. I can't do this anymore. That's the recipe for failure. Don't have sex and TV. Some people, I feel like, people either work hard and achieve things to leave their mark on the world, or they don't and have children. They have children instead so that they can leave some kind of mark on the world. And it's like kids are just like someone's flag on the moon, But that flag shits everywhere. You've chosen the worst flag on the moon. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. I've been TV's Ahmed Barucha.
TV and open mics, guys. Yeah, all right. All right, we are at our last comedian of the night. Give a warm welcome to Dana. Woo!
I don't know why I just whispered, thank you. That was really weird. So I'm your closer. Hey. You guys with me? Is your mind here, or is it somewhere else? Because it's gonna be really weird if it's not. Let's talk about sex. I thought of this on the way over. I don't know if it's funny or not. I think that having sex with someone you don't love is like eating food when you're not hungry. Like at the time, it feels good. But then later you regret it and you feel dirty. You want to puke or shower or both at the same time. I don't know. And I'm a woman, so I deny it, I'm like, I definitely did not sleep with him. I don't even know him. What? There's an empty box of Oreos in my room? I definitely did not eat those. Don't know if that one's funny. Don't know if I will do that one again. Thought I'd try it out. Was recently hit on by a 76-year-old man, though. I got that going for me. What do you say to that, though? Thank you, Grandpa, I think. That's right, I was hit on by my grandfather. It's fine, he has Alzheimer's, so he doesn't know who I am. And it's way sexier that way. It's not incest if he doesn't know I'm related. We're related. We play these really fun games. I nicknamed this one WW2 because, we relive the war, and I'm the sexy nurse. I want to see how long I can keep this one going, but I think that's it. I think that's all I have. So I'm Native American, guys, and people don't believe me when I tell them that I'm Native American. They're like, oh, prove it. And I'm like, my last name's Moon. Sky, rock, sun, moon, I don't know. right? They're like, oh, well, your parents could have been hippies. Like, that's a hippie name. And I'm like, okay, well, when I lay out in the sun, my skin gets brownish red. Red skin. Red man. No? Nothing? Okay, there's one last one. If you want to take anything from me and make me move, like, I'll totally do it. Like, steal everything. But, like, my kids or my grandkids are going to, like, find yours, and they're going to want compensation. So that doesn't give it away. I don't know. As I was walking to my car, I saw a homeless man, and I was like, I don't like to give homeless people money. And I was like, well, what do I have on me? And I'm like, well, I have these cigarettes that I shouldn't have, so, like, here. I don't know if that's a good thing to give a homeless person cigarettes. Like, go kill yourself. Maybe we should just, this is a thought, maybe we should just, like, let's just give all of the homeless people what they want. Like, not money, let's just give them drugs. Like, take an 8-ball and die happy. It will solve the world's problems. Okay, thank you guys for listening. You've been great. I'm Dana Moon. Give it up for your host. Killing it.
All right, thanks a lot, guys, for joining us. Our next open mic is March 16th. Have a good night. Take care.